cannot be friends with people that don't like themselves. This is a strict boundary and rule that I have, not only for friendships, not only for romantic relationships, but for myself. I think a lot of my early 20s, like friendship breakups, romantic breakups, even like my own self-healing, at the core of it, it was jealousy and really being surrounded around people that didn't like themselves, and then also not liking myself enough to leave those situations. Friends that don't like themselves will try to humble you, verbally or non-verbally. I know it sounds cliche, it actually has nothing to do with you. It's because you have something effortlessly that they want so bad, whether that is confidence, whether that is something physical, whether it's that relationship. There's a difference between venting because you're going through something, or almost try to fish for seeing what's wrong with me and having me be vulnerable to make yourself feel better. I'm so glad I don't have friends like that anymore. Again, it is a boundary of mine that you love yourself.
You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your host Claire Monica, and welcome back to Claire Monica Talks. So today we are going to be talking about your network is your net worth. As the last creator was just emphasizing, the people you have around you can literally change the whole trajectory of your life. If you hang around insecure people or people that lack identity or have low self-esteem or low self-worth, it will eventually rub onto you. And we've seen this story play out so many times, that bad company corrupts good character, which means no matter how much you can love yourself, no matter how much you work on yourself, work on your goals, work on your dreams, if you're around small-minded people, if you're around people that lack identity, that are insecure, it is going to rub off on you one way or the other. And I've had my fair share of insecure people around me, or people that had no goals in life or had small minds or small dreams, and them trying to put it on me, to the point where, like, let's say I wore a skirt to work or a skirt to uni, and then they're telling me stuff like, oh, I wouldn't wear that, or I can't believe you're wearing that, or just always having something to say. Or let's say you decide to show up as your best, maybe you put some makeup on, maybe you put a red lip on or a pink lip on, and they're so quick to ask, oh, are you going somewhere, like why do you need all that? Or always feeling out of place. You're around people that are just doing the bare minimum, or you're around people that are not better than you or striving to be better or even on your level, they're going to drag you down with them. And no matter how strong-minded you think you are, you will end up adapting to your environment. So even if that means you have to end up being alone or have a season of isolation or alienation or solitude, let that be. And then in the right time, your tribe will come. Or you can create your own tribe, however it goes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you after a few clips.
When it comes to friendships, we need to be okay with accepting the fact that it's perfectly fine to have different friends for different things. You might have a friend that you love to travel with. You might have a friend that you love to have deep and meaningful conversations with. You might have a friend that you just love to party with, and they don't all have to be the same person. If they are, wonderful, but if they're not, that's okay too. I think sometimes we can put a lot of pressure on our friends and our expectations of friendships, and we can expect our friends to be everything to us all at once, all the time, and it's just not realistic, nor is it fair. The great thing about having different friends and different friendship groups is that they can all serve different functions in your life. They don't even have to overlap either. I know sometimes we feel like our friends have to be friends with all our other friends, and our friendship groups and our friendship circles must all know each other, but that's not the case. I think sometimes when it comes to our friends, we can end up feeling very guilty for like having this like mental hierarchy in our head, or categorizing in our head, or not introducing people and not mixing groups in our head. But it's actually so okay. And even with the term friend, like not everyone is going to be your friend. Not everyone is a friend to you. Some people will be acquaintances. That's all they will ever be. And also that is okay too. I just think when it comes to the way you navigate friendships, like give yourself grace, but also give your friends grace too. Your individual friends don't need to be up for everything, aware of everything, willing to do anything. They really don't. They really don't. Like different friends, different functions, different desires, different interests, different history. Like it's all very okay. It is very okay. And the same way you approach friendships like that, or you potentially approach friendships like that, people will do the same thing with you. Like you may be the party friend to one person, but then the book smart friend to another person. You may be the advice friend to one person, but then the vacation friend for another person. And again, that is perfectly okay.
Tell me if I'm crazy. Have you ever thought maybe your life isn't the way it should be because you are living in the wrong zip code? Let me break this down for you. Sometimes some of you guys have New York energy, but you live in Louisiana. When you move to New York, you're going to find your glow, you're going to find your spark. Some of you are a Los Angeles girl. You need to switch your area code. Imagine being a Los Angeles girl, but you live in Mississippi. Imagine being the type of girl that I am and living in a place that does not adhere to the personality, my style, my energy. What do you guys think about that? I've been literally thinking that over and over. It's not where you are, it's where you need to be. Sometimes you are just not where you need to be in life. You need to pack up, move to a place that matches your personality, your style, your vibe, your whole entire lifestyle, and then your spark is going to come back. What is it giving? I feel like I need to be living in Europe. Like I need to be living in Paris. Drop down in the comments where you think you should be living based on your personality and your style.
Simple as it may sound, as you get older, you'll start to realize that you need to be friends with people that have a strong sense of self-love. Because if they do not, your friendship is going to be consumed by comparison, projection, and just overall a whole lot of toxicity that you would have been able to avoid if you would have never been friends with them in the first place. It gets to a certain point where you're like, why would anybody ever truly dislike themselves or honestly not care for themselves? Until you start to realize that a lot of people are so caught up in trying to be something that they're not, comparing themselves to you, competing with you silently, projecting onto you their own insecurities, their own shortcomings that they haven't unpacked on their own time. And it starts to make the friendship feel like it's a burden, right? Like, why do I feel like I have to coddle you within a friendship with me when we should just exist? And I promise you, when somebody doesn't have a strong sense of self or overall know their worth as a person, they will start to either imitate you and start copying your every last move, eliminating their own self-identity as a person and becoming a clone to your creativity, or they're going to hate you or disdain you for them not being able to replicate what you have to offer. And that's why I always let people know that when it comes to being around me, you need to have some type of self-identity, but also more importantly, you need to appreciate that identity in itself. Somebody that is not able to love themselves will never be able to encapsulate how you love or appreciate them. And they'll never be able to see their worth next to somebody that exudes this energy from the inside out, like yourself. Certain insecurities you cannot walk people through. I know you feel like you can reaffirm somebody, you can reinforce the idea that they are more than capable or that they are enough, but sometimes people just got to realize that themselves. Some people are committed to the idea that they are flawed. And sometimes you just have to let them be committed to that, because no matter how much you speak to them about this, if they don't see it within, they just won't get it. It's not on you, it's in you.
Okay, so these last few creators touched on so many important points. Number one, if you find that you're very different from your environment or that you can't find people you resonate with, sometimes it's not that you're the problem. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place. You're in the wrong city, the wrong neighborhood, the wrong maybe college or university environment. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to move. Could be ideal. You can find people you resonate with online. I know with me, I've been able to find and connect with people the most through social media and being able to see people like me, or people that think big, or people that actually have bigger goals and aspirations. Because where I'm from, or in my environment, I find that people tend to be more small-minded or have very set ways of thinking. But when I've actually gone onto YouTube, finding spaces, even this space that we're creating here, being able to actually speak to people that have similar mindsets and similar experiences, it's actually refreshing and encouraging as well, because sometimes you may feel like you don't relate to the people around you, or you might feel like a black sheep. I know I'm the black sheep in my family and the black sheep in my environment, but that's fine, because there's always going to be someone out there. There's always going to be your tribe that's out there. You just have to keep finding spaces like this one and engaging with content or even books or literature that relate to how you think or how you want to feel or how you want to live. And it's so important to be around people that love themselves, because people that don't love themselves can only love you or treat you well to a certain extent. You can't expect people that don't love themselves to love you, or people that don't consider themselves or are compassionate towards themselves to have compassion on you too. So be around well-minded people, similar people, and you will go far. Last woman also mentioned in the clip, you can have different friends for different things. You don't have to have one friend for everything. I mean, personally, I feel like friendship can be overrated, especially if it's not with someone or people that are building you up. But finding those true friends that can actually help see your vision, that you can encourage each other, hold each other accountable, those things are very rare to come across, especially in this day and age. So if you do find that, hold on to it. But try your best to be around people that want to see the best for you and you want to see the best for them. And sometimes that may require you to go older, especially if you're someone younger that may be ahead of your years or doesn't fit in with their peers. Sometimes even creating friendships with older people with more life experience, that could be better for you in terms of growing and developing into the person you want to become.
Pick your friends wisely. In the stock market world, there's something called the bearish and the bullish market. Essentially, a bearish market is a downturn from recent highs, and a bull market is when the stock market is rising, eventually hitting new highs. It's a little more complicated than that, but the main idea is that the bear signifies going down and the bull signifies going up. In nature, it's the same. A bear attacks by getting on his 2 feet and pulling you down, and a bull by lifting you up. If you are a bullish person, it means you want to elevate someone high. And if you are a bearish person, that means you want to bring them down. Life is full of people who are going to be either bullish or bearish. The question is, who do you want in your inner circle? Whether or not, your friends and family are going to affect most of the decisions you make in your life. There's an expression that couldn't be more true. Hang out with 4 people who are rich, positive, generous, negative, fill in the blank, and you will be the 5th. For example, you hang out with people where nothing works, life is unfair, only privileged people get to have money, don't bother starting a business, the industry is saturated. Unfortunately, this will be your mindset and will shape your decisions in life. People who make you feel guilty and foolish for trying new things, posting on social media, getting outside your comfort zone, judging you, will only bring you down. Just like in the stock market, a bullish person is always going to act as if the prices are going up, and a bearish person is always going to act as if the prices are going down. Your whole life will be determined by people that are bullish versus bearish. Surround yourself with people that are upbeat, positive, will bring you up, non-toxic. Get away from the drama. Don't let other people's insecurities reflect on you. We have a tradition where we don't blow out a candle with our breath. We wave on it until it extinguishes. But the deeper meaning is that the flame is like a soul, and you don't want to, with your breath, extinguish the light. You don't want to be someone that with your speech can dim someone else's light or turn it off completely. Basically, you don't want to be the bear in someone's life. You want to be the bull, lifting them up, not bringing them down. And of course, vice versa. You want bulls in your life, not bears.
The sooner you learn this, the easier your life will feel. There's a beautiful thing that happens when you actually start to trust God. You stop forcing anything, and that is a good energy to be in. Oh, they canceled? You weren't meant to go there. Oh, you didn't get that job? You're gonna get a better job. Oh, that person didn't want to be with you? That's because there's something so much better out there for you. Oh, you don't fit in with them? Those are not your people. Oh, they didn't call you back? You were not meant to hear from them. Stop worrying about it. When you start to trust and you start living your life and you stop trying to force things, everything naturally falls into place. I can't tell you how many times I really wanted something to happen and it actually didn't end up happening, but I ended up with something so much better. And that's gonna happen to you too. So sit in your energy of trust. You're okay. Trust the timing of your life.
Cannot be my friend overnight. We can shake hands, we can do selfies. You want to do a selfie? Let's do a selfie. You can't be my friend overnight until you suffered with me, until you've been through bad times with me, until you cried with me, until you've proven to be loyal, until you've proven to me that you can keep your mouth shut, until I got your secrets and you got mine, until you've been consistent for a while. You can't be my best friend overnight. Oh, I'll be nice to you, but you can't be my best friend overnight. Glory to God.
Remember, what you surround yourself with, you'll eventually become. So, pay attention and choose wisely. Hashtag speaking from the heart, be Fletcher.
So there you have it, guys. Be careful who you surround yourselves with, because you will eventually, that's exactly what you're going to become. Just to reference that TDJ's clip, I think that's a sentiment that we should all hold on to. Don't let just anyone be your friend, and stop letting people just walk in and out of your life. I've experienced this recently and I found that in my lowest points, in my darkest of times, a lot of people that I would have hoped would have been there were not there. And I find that now, where I'm in a season of you know, getting things together, feeling better, I find that people are just coming out the works or reaching out. And for some reason, I just felt resistance not to respond or not to let them in, because I finally got to a point where I've built peace. I've built some sort of stable environment for myself. And it made me realize that why would I let these people in, or why would I give access to people as soon as they decide to show up just because they want to show up? And as that clip was saying, what TD Jakes was saying is that you cannot just be my friend until you can't be my friend until you've been in the darkest times with me. You cannot be my friend until you have proven yourself loyal. You've proven yourself worthy of access to me. So be careful and be stingy with your access. Don't let people just walk in and out of your life, because that is a sign of poor spiritual social hygiene. We need to practice spiritual hygiene. I know we talk about being hygienic, you know, looking after your body, looking after your teeth, your skin, but we need to practice spiritual and social hygiene. Having so many different types of people or different energies, having low vibrational energy around you is poor for your spiritual health, especially when you're ascending, especially when you're cultivating a higher life for yourself or higher purpose for yourself. Having low vibrational people or having energy vampires, energy suckers, people that take instead of give. And I find that there's so many takers. People just want to take your time, take your energy, take your money, take your joy. And it's up to us, it's up to you to cut that out and to replace that with solitude or with people that actually match what you need and what you want. And no matter how far the friendship goes, guys, no matter how deep that bond was or could be, whatever, you have to face the reality of your situation, face the reality of that friendship. Friendships and relationships, they all have expiration dates. You could choose to keep it beyond that expiration date, but just like if you kept milk or any food beyond that expiration date, you're going to become sick. You're going to make yourself sick. You will be spiritually sick if you keep these people around you that their time in your life has expired. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is a very important topic because the people around you can make or break you. And remember, it's better to be alone than to be around people that break your spirit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.